Do you think all of this is an addiction?
No, I mean, it's fun. It's entertainment. I mean, that's the bottom line. But it's, the addictive part is when you can pull it off and it's fun and everyone's laughing their ass off. That's addictive.
Can you feel my heart?
Wow.
Today, we're going to do a little furniture shopping.
Hey, Elia, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
How did you all get started doing all these Jackass with Tremaine and Knoxville, etc.?
I worked for my predecessor, my mentor, Marty Breslin. So he was the original effects supervisor for the whole franchise. And then as he was aging up, he kind of like took the side out and then put me in, and that's how I inherited these crazy folks.
For this particular Jackass, and I know you worked on a bunch of other stuff with him, but let's talk about Jackass Forever. And when Johnny has these ideas and it's on paper and he tells you about it, how does it transform to something that you do?
Well, first we have to get from Johnny's idea, which is usually Acme. You explain to him that it's not, cartoons aren't real. So we get through that a little bit. So there's a lot of that. We get that out of the way, and then we get into reality of what we could achieve. And, I would say 90% of the time, his wicked dreams can be actually done. Just little adjustments, but we get pretty close to his original concept.
Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. 3, 2, 1.
I was talking to Johnny last week, and he was saying if the trick is done to 100%, you take it to 140%.
As I progress with this camp, I realized that, like that volume knob that goes 0 to 10, well, there's actually hidden digits, and we can go a little higher and push them until the point where, we go too far. Like there's a line, of hurt.
Do you think Johnny's going too far doing this at 50 years old?
Oh, absolutely. I love him to death, but yeah, no, I'm hoping he personally is done after this one on the crazy stuff. Yeah, I think he's pushed it pretty hard.
What if his kids call you and they want to do this?
To do it to them or to him?
No, meaning like another movie like this, like Jackass, 2027.
As long as I'm not beating up, a guy with multiple concussions who's 50 years old, absolutely, I'll do it to anybody.
What was the hardest gag to manufacture of this whole movie?
Not that they're all hard to or any of them are hard to manufacture. Just getting the right outcome for what their dream was. It's very, it's very particular. Like, but I would say the funnest was actually the airbag on the coffee trucks, because there was always like the main, and then we come up with like this hidden one. So it's like the double cross. Those are the fun.
Right. How was it working with Spike Jonze, or how is it working with Spike Jonze?
Spike's awesome. I mean, talk about total visionary. So, I've done other, features with him and worked with him on this franchise. And it's just always very, very, very cohesive, so he's very, very talented.
On that giant cannonball, I saw you test it yourself.
We test every gag ahead of time, yes. And on that day, it was my turn in the bucket to take the hit for the team. And and they aimed it selectively right in my groin. Didn't tell me. It hurt.
Harry Houdini died of a similar situation, right?
No, he got hit in the gut. I got hit below the gut.
It looked like it hit the gut too.
Okay, well, it hit all of it.
Does Tremaine tell you things behind the back?
They all do. There's so much double crossing going on. What's on screen, what's behind screen. The double cross goes way, 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 way deep.
Do you think all of this is an addiction?
No, I mean, it's fun. It's entertainment. I mean, that's the bottom line. But it's, the addictive part is when you can pull it off and it's fun and everyone's laughing their ass off. That's addictive. It's like, at the end of the day, it is a real tight-knit family. And, laughing after the gags altogether is the best part of the addiction.
This movie was a $10 million production, and you're one of the top effects guys in Hollywood. How did you work with the constraints of this tiny budget?
Passion. I'm hooked on the whole thing, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So, when it's like a passion project. So you find a way to take what they have and make it all work in that constraint. So, passion.
For that parachute scene, where'd you get all those fans?
I happen to own a lot of fans in this town, so probably own close to 60 to 70 fans of different sizes in our inventory.
And all those fans collectively, how many miles an hour wind? Like 120 miles an hour wind, or
No, I mean each fan is individual. So you're hovering about 60 to 70 miles an hour.
like what did you say no to Johnny about?
I actually didn't have to say any no's. I think at the end of the day, after Johnny got his little whack to the head, we had one gag that was one of those so gnarly gags that we put it to the end. So like if he does get, wadded up, we don't screw up the whole movie. So we had one that we put at the end. And I remember as soon as I heard the news what happened to him, I walked out to the shop floor and I told the guys, cut it. It was done, tested, cut it in pieces before they even think about trying to resurrect it. And we did. It was a pretty gnarly gag. That's all I can tell you.
My last question is the end of the movie. The end of the movie has that merry-go-round and then all the paintball things going on and explosions in the back. How was putting that together?
Well, in LA County, that was one of the largest explosive permits ever pulled. I actually saved the permit application with LA County Fire and actually have it. I'm going to frame it because when you read it and the amount of sheer, poundages of all the high order explosives and the fireball, like it was a lot. We actually on that day had not only the fire inspector, we had actually the head guy from LA County there. We had the state fire marshal there. Like it was a lot of people. And when they all showed up, I was converging on this. I was like, oh crap, like am I in trouble? And they're like, no, we just haven't seen anything like this in town for a long time. So they were just more intrigued. So it was a lot of explosives.
This is another calling card, another promo piece for you. Jackass Forever is it's different from all the other stuff like Shang-Chi and stuff that you do.
Yeah, but again, I don't look at this as like part of my normal. This is passion. This is like, doing your kid's school project kind of thing. That it's that much love into it. So I don't look at it as work.
Here talking to Elia Popov, one of the best special effects supervisors in Hollywood, period.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Welcome.